Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about divisibility by 2 to 12. It is very simple and easy. Now let's move on to the video. If you learn divisibility by 2, you can, without dividing a number, you can say it is divisible by 2. If you want to learn divisibility by 2, we should memorize the even numbers. As you see, the even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay, now if the ones place is even number, it is divisible by 2. As you see here, I have given some few examples. The first one, 46. In the ones place, it is written 6. Hence, 6 is an even number. So, 46 is divisible by 2. As you see, all these examples I have given in the ones place, it is written even number. So, all the examples written here are divisible by 2. Now, I hope you understand the what is divisible by 2. Now, let's move on to the questions. Find the number or divisible by 2 or not divisible by 2. These questions are very easy. You can pause the video and practice these, and I will give you time. Okay, now I hope you finish these questions. Now for the answers. 452. In the ones place, I have taught if it's come even number, it is divisible by 2. The first question is divisible by 2. Second one, 563. In the ones place is written 3. 3 is an odd number. It's not even. So 563 is not divisible by 2. Now 45,745. In the ones place it is written 5. Hence 5 is an odd number and not even. 45,745 is not divisible by 2. 84. In the ones place it is written 4. Hence 4 is an even number. It is divisible by 2. Next. 89. In the ones place it is written 9 and hence 9 is not an even number. It is not divisible by 2. Divisibility rule of 3. If the sum of the digit is multiples of 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Example, 8001. When we plus this, 8 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1, the answer is 9. And hence 9 is a multiple of 3. It is divisible by 3. Since 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. Now, 543. When we plus this digit, 5 plus 4 plus 3, the answer is 12. So, it is divisible by 3. Hence, 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. And 12 is the multiples of 3. I hope you understand the divisibility rule by 3. Now, let's move on to the question. Find the number its divisibility by 3 or not divisibility by 3. The first question, 5,502. The second, 2,345. The third one, 558. And the last question, fourth one, 5,461. As I told you, the rule of divisibility by 3 is we should sum the digit, which is known as we should plus the digit, and if it is a multiples of 3, it is divisible by 3. If the answer is like a multiples of 3, it is divisible by 3. It's very simple. I hope you finished the questions. Now let's move on to the question. The first one, 5,502. The answer is divisible by 3. Hence, when we place this digit 5 plus 5 plus 0 plus 2, the answer is 12. And hence 12 is multiples of 3, which is 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. So 12 is a multiples of 3, so it is divisible by 3. 2345, the second one. When we sum this digit, the answer is 14 because 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, the answer is 14, and 14 is not an multiples of 3, and hence that is not divisible by 3. Then the next one, when we plus 558, 5 plus 5 plus 8, the answer is 18, and hence 18 is an multiples of 3. It is divisible by 3 because 6 multiplied by 3 is 18. So it is divisible by 3. Now the last question, the fourth one. 5461. When we plus this, it's not divisible by 3. Hence 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1 is equal to 16. And 16 is not an multiple of 3. So it is not divisible by 3. Divisibility rule of 4. If the number is found by its last two digits, which is the ones and the tens place, if it is 0 or an multiple of 4, it is divisible by 4. We should always check the ones and the tens place to find out divisible by 4. Here are some few examples. First example, 400. In the ones and the tens place, it is written 0. So 400 is divisible by 4. Next, 2028. As you see here, the highlighted parts, there it is and multiple of 4. So 2028 is divisible by 4. And the next question is really important, 560. If any number that goes above 40, we should divide this, because we are learning the divisibility rule of 4, and hence 4 multiplied by 10 is 40. So we should just stop till there. So we should divide this. As you see here, 60 divided by 4, we get 15 and the remainder is 0. If the remainder is 0, that means it is divisible by 4. So 560 is divisible by 4. Now, I hope you understand the divisibility rule of 4. Now, let's move on to the questions. Find the number its divisibility by 4 or not divisibility by 4. I hope you understand the concept of the divisibility rule by 4. You can pause the video and try out the questions. I hope you finished the questions. Now let's move on to the answers. The first question, 40,000. In the ones and the tens place, it is written 0. As we learned, if in the ones and the tens place, if it is 0, it is divisible by 4. Now, this question is important as well, as we learned this. 758. 758. The highlighted parts there are 58. And 58 is above 40. So we should divide this. 58 divided by 4, we get 14 and the remainder is 2. I told if the remainder is 0, it will be divisible by 4, but the remainder is 2. So it is not divisible by 4. The next question, we should divide this too. As we see here, when we divide this, 72 divided by 4, we get 18 and the remainder is 0. So, it is divisible by 4. Hence, the remainder is 0. Now, 515. As you see, in the 515, the highlighted parts, 15, it is not multiple of 4. So it is not divisible by 4. The next one, we know this very well. In the ones and the tens place, it is written 0. So it is divisible by 4. I hope you all got all the answers correct. If you get all these answers correct, that means you understand the concept of the divisibility rule by 4. Divisibility rule of 5. If the ones place is 0 or 5, it is divisible by 5. And here are some few examples. The first one, 4515. In the ones place it is written 5. So 4515 is divisible by 5. As you see in the 9940, in the ones place it's 0, so it is divisible by 5. 755 in the ones place it is 5, so it is divisible by 5. And the last one, 150 in the ones place it is 0, so 150 is divisible by 5. Now I hope you understand the divisibility rule of 5. Now let's move on to the questions. Find the number it's divisible by 5 or not divisible by 5. And here are some few questions that I gave you to practice. I'll give you 10 seconds. I hope you can finish it. Okay, I hope you finished the questions. Now let's move on to the answers. The first question, 500. In the ones place it is written 0. So it is divisible by 5. Second question, 452. In the ones place it is written 2. So it is not divisible by 5. Then the third question, 4445. In the ones place it is written 5. So it is divisible by 5. 756. In the ones place it is written 6. So it is not divisible by 5. The last question, 750. In the ones place it is written 0. So it is divisible by 5. I hope you got all these answers correct. That means you understand the concept of the divisibility rule by 5. Divisibility by 6. If a number is divisible by 2, which is the even number, and divisible by 3, which is the sum of the digits, it is divisible by 6. Here are the examples. First one, 24,312. In the ones place it is written even number. So it is divisible by 2. And let's check if it is divisible by 3. 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2. We get 12. And hence 12 is a multiple of 3. It is divisible by 3. So 24,312 is divisible by both 2 and 3. So 24,312 is divisible by 6. I hope you understand the divisibility by 6. Now let's move on to the questions. Find whether it is divisible by 6 or not divisible by 6. I hope you understand the divisibility by 6. If you understand this very well, you can easily know these answers of these questions. Okay, I hope you finished the questions. Now let's move on to the answers. First question, 11,140. In the ones place it is written 0 and hence 0 is even number. It is divisible by 2. And when we add this, we get 7. And hence 7 is not a multiple of 3. It is not divisible by 3. So 11,140 is divisible by 2 but not divisible by 3. So 11,140 is not divisible by 6. I hope we finished the first one. Now let's move on to the second one. 9,705. In the ones place it is not an even number. So it is not divisible by 2. So no need to check for if it is divisible by 3 because the digit should be divisible by both 2 and 3. So for this divisible by 2. So 9705 is not divisible by 6. The last question 90,102. In the ones place it is written even number which is 2. So it is divisible by 2 and when we add this we get 12 and hence 12 is a multiples of 3. It is divisible by 3 and so 90,102 is divisible by both 2 and 3. So it is divisible by 6. Divisibility by 8. If the last 3 digits of a number are 0 or multiples of 8, it is divisible by 8. If you want to check the divisible by 8, we should check the ones, tens, the hundreds place. If it is 0 or multiple of 8, it is divisible by 8. Here are some examples. 1000. In the ones, tens, hundreds place, it is written 0. So 1000 is divisible by 8. And here are the second example. 1848. In the ones, tens, hundreds place, they are not 0. But we should divide the three places. And so 848 divided by 8. We get the remainder is 0. And hence the remainder is 0. 1848 is divisible by 8. And the next one, 1648. When we divide these numbers, we get 0. The remainder is 0. Hence the remainder is 0. So 1648 is divisible by 8. I hope you understand the divisibility by 8. Now let's move on to the questions. Find whether it is divisible by 8 or not divisible by 8. The first question, 25,968. You can whether pause the video to write down, practice these questions. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the answers. 25,968. It is divisible by 8 because we divide the ones, tens, hundreds place by 8 and we get the remainder as 0. So it is divisible by 8. The second one, 75,916. It is not divisible by 8 because when we divide 916 divided by 8, we get the remainder as 4. Hence it is not 0, it is not divisible by 8. The last question, 57,000. The ones, tens, hundreds place, it is written 0. So it is divisible by 8. Okay, I hope you got the answers correct. If you got the answers correct, that means you understand the concept of divisibility by 8. Divisibility rule of 9. If the sum of the digit of a number is multiple of 9, it is divisible by 9. Here are some few examples. The first one, 85,743. As you see, when we place this, we get 27. Hence 3 multiplied by 9 is 27. It is divisible by 9 because 27 is multiple of 9. Another example, 40,608. When we add this, we get as 18. Hence 2 multiplied by 9 equal 18. Since 18 is a multiple of 9, so it is divisible by 9. As you see, 10,800, when we place it, we get 9 and hence 9 is a multiple of 9. So it is divisible by 9. I hope you understand the divisibility rule of 9. Now let's move on to the questions. Find whether it is divisible by 9 or not divisible by 9. Here are some few questions I have given here to practice, and if you know how to do this, that means you understand the concept of divisibility by 9. I hope you finished the questions. Now let's move on to the answers. The first one, 70,508. Then we add this, we get 20. And hence 20 is not a multiple of 9. So it is not divisible by 9. The next one, 5,580. So when we add this, we get 18. And hence 18 is a multiple of 9. So it is divisible by 9. The third one, 93,802. When we add this, we get 22. 22 is not a multiple of 9, so it is not divisible by 9. The last one, 7,020. When we add this, we get the answer as 9. And hence 9 is a multiple of 9, so it is divisible by 9. Divisible by 10. If the ones place of a number is 0, it is divisible by 10, which is if the last digit of a 0, it is divisible by 10. Here are some few examples. 12,840. As you see here, in the ones place it is written 0. So 12,840 is divisible by 10. The next one, 85,020. In the ones place, it is written 0. So 85,020 is divisible by 10. Then the third one, 85,000. In the ones place, it is written 0. So 85,000 is divisible by 10. I hope you understand the divisibility by 10. Now let's move on to the questions. Find whether it is divisible by 10 or not divisible by 10. Here are some few questions that I have given you to practice. If you understand the concept of the divisibility by 10, you can easily find these questions in 10 seconds. Okay, I hope you finished the questions. Now let's move on to the answers. The first question, 7,558. In the ones place it is written 8, so it is not divisible by 10. Second question, 6,590. In the ones place it is written 0, so it is divisible by 10. 3,856. In the ones place it is written 6, so it is not divisible by 10. Hence it is not 0. The last question, 55,980. In the ones place it is written 0. So it is divisible by 10. I hope you finished the questions, and I hope you got all these answers correct. If you get all these answers correct, that means you understand the concept of the divisibility rule by 10. Divisibility rule of 11. The sum of the digits at the odd places, sum of the digits at the even places. Find the difference, which is subtract. If it is 0 or multiple of 11, it is divisible by 11. Here are some few examples shown here. The first one, 61,809. We should write odd, even, odd, even, odd, even in the upside, and we should start with odd, and second we should start with even. So once we add the odd places, we get 23, and once we add the even places, we get 1. And when we subtract these both, we get 22. And hence 22 is a multiple of 11, so it is divisible by 11. Here's another example, 69,300. We should write in the upside odd, even, odd, even, odd. And once we plus the odd places, we get 9. When we plus the even places, we get 9. And when we minus these both, we get the answer as 0. Hence it is 0, so it is divisible by 11. Now I hope you understand the divisibility rule of 11. Now let's move on to the questions. Find whether it is divisible by 11 or not divisible by 11. I have given here some few questions to practice. If you understand the divisibility of 11, you can easily write down. You can pause the video and write down these questions. Now let's move on to the answers. The first one, 10,813. We write odd, even, odd, even, odd. Then after we write that, we should plus the odd places. And we get 12. And when we plus the even places, we get 1. And when we minus these both, we get the answers as 11. And hence 11 is a multiple of 11. So it is divisible by 11. Now to the next question. 73,512. When we plus the odd places, we get as 14, and when we plus the even places, we get as 4. And when we minus these both, we get as 10. And 10 is not a multiple of 11, so it is not divisible by 11. Now I hope you understand the concept of the divisibility by 11. If you understand the concept of divisibility, you can easily write down these questions. Divisible by 12. If the number is divisible by both 3 and 4, it is divisible by 12. Example, 4128. As you see here, when we add, we get 15, and hence 15 is a multiple of 3, so it is divisible by 3. Now let's check if it is divisible by 4. The last two digits of the digit, it is multiple of 4, so it is divisible by 4. Hence it is divisible by both 3 and 4, so it is divisible by 12. Now I hope you understand the divisibility by 12. Now let's move on to the question. Find whether it is divisible by 12. I have given here some few questions to practice. If you understand the concept of the divisible by 12, you can easily write down these questions in no time. You can whether pause the video to practice these questions. Now to the answers. The first one, 4,500. When we add this number, we get the answer as 9. Hence 9 is a multiple of 3, so it is divisible by 3. Let's check if it is divisible by 4. The last two digits of the number is 0, so it is divisible by 4. Hence it is divisible by 3 and 4, so it is divisible by 12. So 4,500 is divisible by 12. Now to the next question. When we add this number, we get the answer as 12. Hence 12 is a multiple of 3, so it is divisible by 3. But to check if it is divisible by 4, the last two digit is not a multiple of 4. So it is not divisible by 4. So 5214 is not divisible by 4. So it is not divisible by 12. We should remember this very well. To check if it is divisible by 12, it should be divisible by both 3 and 4. So 5214, it is not divisible by 12. And please share your feedback and comment in the video comment section. And please comment down below which step have you reached today. And that is it for the today's video. Thanks for watching.